Thank you so much.
Go for it, Jessie. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. What's up? My name is Jessie. Uh, I came to this program last year in February, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, actually, I'm from Houston, Texas, by the way, y'all. You know, just to let y'all know where I'm from. Down there, we don't have programs like this. I'm gonna be real honest with you. Down there, they don't really care about what you go through. It's either prison time or 6 feet under, really. You know, they don't take the time to try to help, you know, felons or other people in need. You know, it's all about themselves, that's it, all about themselves. It's not about the next person, about what's going on. It's all about themselves. But that's where the catch comes in, about yourself. The people that surround yourself with, the people that you hang out with, call your friends or you thought was your friends, you know, but when you were sitting in prison, where were those people at? Where was those people that called you your friend? Where was those money on your books or on your phone calls so you call your people? Where was those people at? Really? They weren't there. You didn't get a letter in the mail. You didn't get no phone call, no visitation. So at that time when you come back out, you're all homies again, right? But where was he at when you were doing your time? Your little 5-year piece that you were doing, where were they at? They weren't there, but you're still ready to go back to them, right? That was your friend. That's what you're used to because you were constantly playing around in the streets with these people. You grew up with these people. You did a lot of stuff with these people. But what did they do for you? That's all they did. Drag you down, hold you back from becoming the person that you are, that we are, that what we know what we can be. You know, and then when I came to this class, I didn't think I was going to get anything out of it. And personally, I felt like I was being attacked. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. I felt like I was being attacked. Brother Shane was digging into me. I was like, man. And you know what? But he wasn't only talking about me. He was talking about everybody in the class. Everybody in the class, you know? And you got to let go of your past. Your past is what makes you who you are today. You know? And if you keep playing with it, you want to keep living on that past, you ain't going to get nowhere. You're not. Because you're allowing your past to drag you down. You're allowing your past to hold you back. And why? What are you getting out of it? Besides hurt, constant pain, the BS, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not going to cuss in here, but you know, the BS. And for what? Well, why do you need to go through all that? Why do you got to put yourself through that? You don't got to. You can make yourself a better person today by making that decision today in this class. When I came here, I didn't have a job for 9 months. And it's only because, to be honest with you, I love fighting. I used to love fighting. I threw a dude out a window because he said something about my daughter. I was on probation for 5 years for it. Just got off a few months ago, you know? But I made a decision to be angry instead of just walking away from a situation when it was just words, you know? And now today I made a decision, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm realizing like, you know, I'm a better person now. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not trying to fight nobody no more. Because why? I'm doing me now. I'm not worried about everybody else. Because, you know, I hate to say it, them people ain't paying my bills. Them people ain't keeping a roof over my head. They're not holding me back. They're not helping me with my family. They're not doing none of that stuff. All they're doing is taking from me. They're not helping me build. They're not helping me make a better future for myself or for themselves. So why do I want to keep these people around? And that's what you got to ask yourself. Why? Why do I need you in my life? What is the pros and cons? You know, and to be honest, if your cons weigh more than your pro, then, you know, they got to go. Because that's a decision that you need to make. And people ain't here to help you. You know, 9 months I didn't have a job. Not for 9 months. And I couldn't find a job because of my felony. You know, the state of Minnesota labeled me a danger to society. I don't feel like I'm a danger to society. You know, but that's the decision they made for me. Because of why? My skin color. Hey, you know what? I got to do what I got to do. That's the perspective of how they see me. Fine. I need to make a change of that. I don't want people to see that I'm a dangerous person because I'm not. I'm just an angry person that has a lot of problems, but you know, that's just how I am. So what I did was I started coming to these classes. I started trying to seek all the help that I can to get out of it. Came to this class within 2 weeks. Brother Shane had tore it into me. The whole class. Touched some personal stuff that hurt me, actually. Made me realize what was hurting me, you know? And it made me start realizing who I needed to get rid of. And I'm going to tell you, my biggest attractor was my mom. I love her to death. Love this woman to death, but I cannot be around her. We're just oil and water. We don't mix. You know, and for so long, I felt like she had a leash on me. You know, all these bad things were happening constantly. But, you know, when I finally just let her go, my life has been so much easier. You know, I got, you know, good family, good friends. You know, I got a fiance now. You know, I'm doing me. I'm not listening to my mom no more. These negative people that I had in my life, I'm not listening to it no more. You know, I got a job now. Came here. What did I say? 2 weeks. Didn't have a job for 9 months. And check this out. After 2 weeks of doing this class, I got a job within a month. 1 month of doing this class for 2 weeks. And I'm not going to lie, it was kind of a struggle at first because, you know me, I'm not used to people praising me on my felonies or something. Oh, yeah, you know, it's a good job, but, you know, we'll find somebody. Like, you know, why are you praising me? You know what I'm saying? I did something wrong. But, you know, in my eyes, I had to realize, you know, they're not judging me. They know that I made a mistake. And I'm trying to do something to better myself. You know, so y'all really do need to ask yourself a question. What is it that's holding you back from doing what you need to do for yourself? You know, don't give up on yourself. Don't. The day you give up on yourself is the day you might as well just give up on everything. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. You know, it's just don't give up. There's no point in giving up. And if you feel like giving up, call somebody. Talk to somebody. Somebody that you know that's going to build you up. Somebody that you know that's going to help you. Not hold your hand because, you know, some people like to have their hand held. But, you know, somebody that's going to build you up, push you a little bit in the direction where you need to go. You know, that's the stuff that y'all need to surround yourself with. Positivity. It might not sound great, but trust me, positivity is everything. Some of your friends might not going to have it, but you know what? If you want to keep that friend around, it's up to you to take that chance to try to help them build themselves up. And if they don't, got to let them go. Just let them go, you know? But right now I'm working for Marsden. Right now, downtown, I work in those big buildings down there. Just got a second job. And as a matter of fact, I'm only running on 1 hour of sleep right now because I did a 16-hour shift. But I'm working at the stadium too, working in the Twins locker room at night. You know, and actually for somebody like me, you know, who's been playing in the streets, and I might not get to see them players, but being on that field, something totally different. Totally different. Because just imagine people like us can't be on the field without getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good feeling for me. Like I said, even though I don't get to see the players, but just being on that field is something different. Makes me want to work harder. Makes me want to build myself to be better. You know what I'm saying? When I go in these CEO's office and I'm seeing downtown, I'm like, makes me feel like I want to be a boss. You know, I want to sit in this dude's desk. I want to do what he's doing so I can see the whole city. You know, that's what, like these things that I see, that's what makes me want to do better. You know, because if they can do it, why can't I do it? Why can't I push myself to be better? You know, why can't I sit here and be better for civilization or these people out here, these young cats that need our help? Because, you know, I hate to say some of these old schools are not taking care of these people and they out here just doing everything, anything they want. You know, and it's up to us to make sure our community's straight. So, you know, ask yourselves, what is it you really want in life? Do you want to keep sitting here playing in the streets? Or do you want to do something better for yourself? Because it's only up to you. Nobody can hold your hand and do it for you. You know? So just keep that in mind. And like she said, presentation is everything with yourselves. So when y'all come up here at graduation, make sure y'all clean, clear, looking good, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter if you have tattoos on your face. Presentation is everything. You know, presentation is everything. I've got my job. I have piercings on my face and I still got them in my face. They hired me. You know, they don't judge you. They're only going to judge you is on how you're acting.
It's good. It's good.
It's how you're acting. So perspective is everything. So when you're coming in clean cut, clean shaved, looking good, you know, ready to make him $1 million, they're going to look at you. I'm like, okay, this man means business. This man means he's trying to change. He's trying to do better for himself. So let's try to give him a chance. You know. So everything, presentation is everything. Anybody got any questions? No? No? I'm actually 33. Yeah, I'm young, man. Yeah. Coming from a fast life to Minnesota is totally different. It's slow here. Real slow. Slow, it's quiet. You don't ever really hear anything that's going on versus hearing gunshots, police sirens every 5-10 minutes. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But it's a big, really big difference. The quietness kind of gets to me, but you know what? It's better. At least I'm not in prison. At least I'm not sitting in jail doing something crazy.
So, how was getting employed? The part was employment for you. Did you have any challenges? Or did you navigate that?
So my first month, the challenges were some of them. Communication was a really big thing with some of the jobs because they weren't like, some of them were like, he's not responding fast enough or, you know, going like this. So it was kind of aggravating. But after a while, when you actually start talking to those people and get the ball rolling, you know, eventually the interview will be a lot smoother, you know, so.
How did you do 9 months without no job? How was you feeling?
Well, if I didn't have my fiance back there, to be honest, I'll probably be in these streets playing around. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, 9 months not having no money in my pockets, you're going to refer back to the first thing you know what to do. You know, and me, like, to be honest, if I didn't get a job within that next month, I probably would have been out here playing in these streets, like being real honest. But with her support and the support that I had, and then the fact that I got put in this class, you know what I'm saying? Big game changer. Big game changer.
And just so you know, right? Real. So behind the scenes, Marsden, that Jessie works for, we called Marsden. And we said, you know what? The hiring people, we've got someone who we think would be great for you. You met him on Friday, and we want you to do what you need to do to move beyond that felony record and get him employed. So we were doing our part. We were being multipliers behind the scenes to make sure, because Jessie made a decision and he was serious about it. We were serious about him, just like we're serious about all of you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I've got to run.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Y'all good?